Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Higher Density Living. It's not about walking around nude on some dude's ranch in the Southwest.
Whoa, whoa. Is this what you're doing? I know you're into this nude meditation.
Hey,
have you live in Santa Fe now? Are you on Epstein's ranch walking around
okay,
nude,
first
bro?
of all, that's over in Lammy. It's not here in Santa Fe. But
Okay, I don't know
there are
that.
great benefits to naked meditation. We can talk about that at another time. But there's a video going on Netflix, a little docu-series. It's pretty trash in my mind, but that's fine. It's worth talking about. It's just not quality. It's not done well. But it's on Skinwalker Ranch. You ever heard of it?
Yes, I have. I've heard of Skinwalker Ranch. We've done. I think we've talked about it in several episodes.
Yeah, and we don't have to really bury into the fact that there are all these weird, gray extraterrestrial contacts that are violent and things of the sort, and interdimensional beings that happen on this ranch. But we want to just talk about a little bit about the structure and the people that own it, and sort of the downfall of the narrative that you see here in the documentary. So, Jason, you want to open this up for us?
Yeah, I watched it the other day and I thought it was interesting. First off, we talked about beliefs and bias last episode, and I think this is so important. Whenever I think it's courageous that somebody they're heavily into the Mormon Church. You can tell that they make it very clear in this docuseries. So I appreciate them buying the ranch and then wanting to see what it is and being above that and seeing if there are alien contacts. And I don't know if the Mormon religion, I haven't got the heavy into it. Maybe we should. I think it'd be interesting if they believe in aliens. I know they believe in populating different worlds and stuff like that, and that your wife will be celestially pregnant and you'll be gods on a planet. So maybe they do believe in that. I'm not for sure. And they believe maybe it's their ancestors. I don't know. That's not important. What is important, I think, is it starts off, the beginning of the show starts off, and they're all sitting in it's this real estate mogul, this guy that he's the number one real estate person in commercial. So it seems like commercial real estate in Utah. So he comes in, nice desk, nice office, all that stuff. And they begin to talk about the history of Skinwalker Ranch. And one of the things that kind of upset me throughout the whole show is everybody that's on the show pretty much seems to be white or close to white. And they go into the history of skinwalkers and talk about it. And never once do they think to bring in, especially in the beginning of the show, you would think sitting at that table, you would have somebody, because they're Navajo and Ute tribes. Yep. You would have somebody there that could give the history before
white man
settlers were here and took over their land.
Can you give me a little?
You would talk to an indigenous person, wouldn't you think?
You'd think there would be some cultural context and balance to the people who have resided here before someone just came in and say, oh, this is a ranch now. No, it was land. Did the land itself have any cultural value? Were there extraterrestrial contacts with the tribe itself of the Ute and the Navajo that residing in that area? Do you know? Why are there?
Well, we know Navajos. I mean, we know that they have petroglyphs and stuff like that. We know there's extraterrestrial beings. We've made several talks when we got into the lizard people.
Oh, yeah.
We talked about that in the Southwest and the connection with Sedona has that. But the Skinwalker Ranch is literally surrounded by reservations.
Yeah, so why is it that members of those reservations are not brought into this discussion? Why is it that they are removed from the convo when they would have more detail on this area culturally and historically than anyone else? You don't think that these groups would be talking about it? I think this is a huge miss, specifically for this docuseries. Am I wrong?
Yeah, and then it's one, it's overdone. Two, you have people that get off a helicopter. The guy has to do a Mormon prayer in the helicopter or something. They get off. They're bringing this physicist, PhD. He seems to be science and all that. And then he gets off the helicopter, and then they have guys with tactical shotguns and M4 dressed in black. To meet him in this, multi-million-dollar helicopter. So it's it's almost, and to get to the helicopter, the mogul, the real estate mogul, drives his flat black Lamborghini or whatever it is to the helicopter, to go to this big, huge hangar with. So it's just kind of like cheese. To me, it's cheesy and overdone, and very egocentric. and not representative. I think anytime that we have a UFO discussion here in the Southwest, it would be wise to bring in indigenous people that have that experience.
Absolutely.
Especially when you were talking about the myth, and you know about the myth of the skinwalker. So, and wolves and different things like that. That's where kind of the werewolf, I mean, we see that tale being told, or truth, whatever it may be. I'm not here to judge. Being told over and over again in all different types of cultures.
I just think it's a critical view on, first of all, it reduces the legitimacy significantly of Skinwalker Ranch and the claims by having this sort of footage in place, this sort of docuseries that doesn't even bring in the balance or actually appropriate look at all the groups that are involved. I think it does a whole disservice to the extraterrestrial, researching community at large, this docuseries, and also the people that actually own it. Because if you're trying to bring any sort of credibility into place, you need to know all the actors, you need to know all the catalysts, everything that's involved. If you don't have a correct history and balance for what is occurring, you don't have anything whatsoever. And I think that there's so much ego that they won't even bring in these other groups. Why would you even think to do that?
And this is where I'm critical on anything that is conspiracy theory, anything that is UFO related, paranormal, any of all these. It's like, guys, can we make this a little bit less cheesy? Yeah. Can we make this a little bit make it about the subject that you're talking about, this is about anomalies that are happening at a ranch. Let's focus on that.
Yes.
And bring science to that, bring folklore to that, like you said, get the full picture.
Yeah,
don't have it focus on me or me being a real estate mogul and all my flash and my bling bling.
It's not about that though. That's not the point of the ranch, right? And it just looks like it's a whole big marketing gimmick, and I think it just takes away from the value of not only for the the documentary, but for the research community at large, people that are actually trying to figure out these phenomenon that aren't very well understood currently. And I think it does a disservice to those people.